Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the More Survivalists and continuing with the topic of Ukraine. I was just reading this bit of news here about Germany to send 5,000 protective helmets to help Ukraine. It's been a little bit of a meme, somewhat of a punchline. German offers to send 5,000 helmets to Ukraine because it becomes punchline. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Or, well, maybe not so funny. If you're Ukrainian, I don't see you'll be laughing too much about this. But why is it that Germany is really not willing to get involved in this? Actually, Germany is a lot more sided with Russia than with Ukraine. That is quite obvious. And when you offer to send 5,000 helmets to your neighbors about to be invaded, apparently, based on everything that we're reading, 5,000 helmets, not even sending a single gun, that means that you're not on their side. Basically, that's that. Now, is the United States on their side of Ukraine? Not so much either. The idea here is to sign a few military contracts. The same financial groups, the largest, most powerful elite in the planet that benefited from the last couple of years, benefit from this as well. They are the main investors of Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, and this is good opportunity just to get some more contracts signed because of the potential threat of Russia. Now, sending a few guns, I mean, if I'm going to be getting money stolen from my pocket so as to finance some evil pharmaceutical, I'd rather have that money being stolen and buy guns for these poor guys in Ukraine. They're definitely going to be needing it more, and at least it's going to be doing someone some good. Now, why is it that Germany is not interested? Because of this, what you're seeing right now, the Nord Stream pipeline, the Nord Stream 2 is Germany's main interest. This literally a tube where they're going to be making money. Russia is not interested in losing this, and neither is Germany. So they're pretty much allies. They will not do anything to compromise that. Germany and the rest of the European Union is very much interested in having cheap fuel from Russia, rather than buying it more expensive from US, being sent in both. This is literally money through a tube for both parties. And you don't mess with that. And you definitely don't mess with that over Ukraine. So that's why Germany is just sending 5,000 helmets to help the people in Ukraine. At the same time, the United States is just out of the most embarrassing military defeat in its history. After 20 years in Afghanistan, there is no political support for a war, let alone with Russia. You know, if you couldn't defeat a bunch of Afghanis with AKs and sandals, you're not going to be fighting a war with fucking Vladimir Putin. It just doesn't make any sense. No one is that stupid, and as we were talking with Matt, it's not going to happen. Now, having said that, are there guns being sent? Sure, the contracts, the money, and the somewhat safe face with this idea of we're helping these people. Sure, putting boots on the ground, no, that's not going to be happening. Now, is Russia going to be invading? This is the thing we were talking about with Matt, and as Matt very well explained, it's one thing to throw a few bombs, roll a few tanks. It's another to actually hold the ground in Ukraine. One thing is doing it in a region like Crimea, where you have a lot of local support and the population is very strongly in favor, or at least an important part of it is strongly in favor of Russia, and an ethnic connection and language and culture, especially in that eastern region. Sure, the rest of Ukraine, different story. When every damn Ukrainian with a gun is going to be taking shots at you, that's not going to be as easy. Now, Vladimir Putin is very much sure of what he's doing. Not only that, what I look always is, in terms of preparedness, survival, one of the questions, the main question I ask is, has this happened before? And the answer is yes. Russia has already taken over parts of Ukraine. So this happened in 2014. Could it happen again? I think that it's likely. Even though not a full military incursion and taking over the entire country, I don't have any crystal ball. Could well happen. But annexing even more regions, I think that is within the realm of possibility. Because if you look at what not only the media is saying, because they want to have this, the warmongering thing, so as to sell the contracts, that is a thing. But it's also a thing that while Germany says that they believe in a political resolution to this, at the same time, they've taken every single bit of their personnel out of the country. Same for every other nation and the people they have in Ukraine. So they are really taking their people out of the country as if an invasion was imminent. So both US that says this is going to be happening, as well as Germany that says this is not happening, are doing the exact same thing, which is taking their people out of it just in case. At the same time, these poor guys in Ukraine, they're not sure what to do because they don't know exactly what to believe. Because if you listen at what the president of Ukraine is saying, is kind of sounding more like the Germany stance, which is there's still the possibility of finding a solution to this. The war is not imminent. We're not about to be invaded. But you also have to look at this from this other perspective, which is the economic aspect of all of this. Guys, Ukraine is still a country that needs money, needs financial support, needs institutions, needs companies that believe there's a future and not war. Their main concern right now is people not running to the banks, emptying their accounts, and escaping the country. That would be pretty disastrous for Ukraine as well, just as bad as Russians rolling in. So they try to keep a level head and a level of normality and sanity and hope for a future, because if not, the country's economy falls apart, and that's what they're very much trying to avoid. And having said all this, when you look at how everything is set up to be, this is the best moment. If Putin really wants to annex more or even take over, this is the best opportunity. Europe is not going to be getting involved in any serious amount. Neither is the United States. And Putin has all the support he needs from his own people so as to move forward with this. Likely to happen, exactly how, I really don't know. Very difficult to say. But annexing even more territory, that is something I see it as a possibility. Folks, it's going to be all for now. See you next video. Take care.